And welcome to another episode of From My Mother's Basement, the show where we basically celebrate being a geek. I'm Jason.
And I am Michael, the apparently weird geek this week.
And it is our last show of the year.
Yes, the Mayans were wrong. Goddamn Mayans. No, we already knew that, though. We determined that last week.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's our end of the year episode. It's our year in review. We're just going to kind of freeform it episode. And it's our annual as of this show, drinking game episode.
Drinking.
So.
Now, we're not going to get, massively sloshed, but, well, who knows? It depends on how much you guys make us drink, because as with most things about...
I see one rule posted.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I know we're going to, because I got to talk about the one I got.
Let's put it this way. Michael decided, you know what, a couple weeks ago, for the last episode of the year, we should make it a drinking game about the year in review. And we went, yeah, sure, that should be fun. And we put off what the rules of the drinking game are going to be.
And then we asked you guys for input.
And now the chat's going to be basically deciding...
Oh, Jesus, we're in trouble. We are in so much trouble.
I mean, they're already adding stuff. Let's see.
Well, let's see. Every time I mention something that I'm going to mention in a minute, I'm just going to keep drinking as long as they're talking. Oh, boy. You remember you have to work tomorrow, right, Nikki?
But it should be fun. Basically, while we're...
So what is your point of choice in this one?
Drink of choice is the only thing I have it available right now because I don't get paid until tomorrow. And that is amaretto, straight. But you diluted yours with orange juice.
Well, yes. Dude, come on. You've had this. You know how good
I know it's good, yes. But we're
okay.
not... Yeah, Sega fan, drink when mentioning Disney, because we apparently can't go a single episode without talking about Disney in one form or another.
Sponsor.
There are
informal sponsor.
Whether they know it or not.
Well, because in that case, we're going to get 2 for 1 because of the thing I'm going to mention in a minute.
But the majority of this episode is going to be talking about the year in review, but not just like, oh, this happened and this happened. We want to talk about it from a geek perspective.
That meant a lot to us, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about politics or the upcoming fiscal cliff or any upcoming wars, which probably will happen in 2013, but But to talk about geek stuff, we'll talk about what we thought about movies, cool TV shows, anime, comics, if we thought if there's any cool tech. What?
Awesome toys.
Awesome toys.
Figures that are coming out that I really want to spend a ton of money on.
How to enable friends to spend all their money.
Revenge.
So, all right, Michael. I will let you have first crack at that. What do you want to talk about first?
Well, get your drinks ready, boys and girls, because I'm going to mention HeroClix. That's right. I completely intended to not do anything HeroClicky this weekend. I suppose that's 2 drinks now, right?
Hang on. Promised!
Oh, gee.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But I took Nikki to work today.
Okay.
And it was in there. Some of the guys that I play with were there, and one of them he looks at me, and his guy who had this one that I really, really liked when I saw it in a game, and it's a beast in game. And he's like, hey, I got doubles on this. I'm like, really? You want to sell one? He's like, sure. I'm like, oh, crap. And I happen to have the cash on me. Motherfucker. So I bought this beastie right here. This is Onslaught. This is what happens when Charles Xavier and Magneto effectively meld. But if you'll notice, he's standing on Mr. Fantastic over here. Cap's passed out at his feet. This thing is a beast in game. You hit it and it pisses him off. It's a 600-point figure with no. It's not a lot of the big figures are 600 something are they have multi values. This is just 600 points. It's a beast. And I don't know if I showed this last week or not. Did I show you the Batmobile last week? This PC?
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nikki got me. Now that's another thing we can ask about. What'd you get for Christmas?
If you're asking me about that,
yes, I am.
A lot of gift cards, which is actually a first for my family because my family has always been. Or let me phrase this: my parents have always been opposed to gift cards because they always said, it doesn't take any time. You want to, spend time to actually find something for you.
Right.
But the big thing I got
the California shopping crowds and said, "F that noise."
Yeah. Especially for the fact that during this year's Black Friday, there really wasn't much out there.
Black Friday is okay. I'm going to sound like a hipster for a moment, and I'm sorry, but Black Friday is not what it
Sound like a
used
hipster. Drink.
to. Oh, is that up there? No, I don't see that in the rules.
Someone put it in the rules.
Drunk tech support would be. Oh God, would be funny. Drink. We're talking about computers or fries. Oh shit, we're dead. Both drink about BF.
And there, it's in the chat. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, random chat follower, viewer, stranger who might be sitting right behind Michael.
Okay. I should have brought the orange juice in here too, because I have a feeling I'm gonna have to mix a couple glasses before we're done. Anyway, no, but Black Friday, before it took off and became like kind of like mainstream, you used to get some rockin' deals. I mean, you used to get really cool stuff, and you actually had a chance of getting it without having to camp out at 4:00 in the afternoon on Thanksgiving. Nowadays,
about 5 years ago, that changed, though. I mean, you could get the items, but you had to wait in line.
Right, exactly.
My biggest thing was last year for that day, because I'm not going to say the actual day because it's a part of the drinking game now. I stayed at a certain electronics store, because I can't say that name now. Thank you, Nightstar.
I'm sorry, does it have anything to do with what you do?
Actually, no, Sega Fan said the store name, so.
with potatoes.
Fine, fries, drink.
Yes, drink.
And last year, I was able to get a Blu-ray drive a Blu-ray burner for my computer.
Right.
And because they had a stupid 2-tier system where their store would open at midnight, but they had other set of sales that would only start at 6 a.m. So I waited all day in line. Then I waited another 6 hours in line in the store for, well, it's a 40-inch LCD TV with 3 HDMI inputs for, I think I paid $249 for it.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Was that a 30 hertz or 60? I'm sorry, 60 or 120?
60.
That's not bad for $250 at the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's not the best TV, but it's a 40-inch and I paid less than $300 for. So, you know.
You know what? It does the damn job.
Yeah.
And that's what counts.
But this year, no. There was like jack all that I would want to get on Black Friday. Save for... I say the name. Save for... Blu-rays and DVDs. RightStuff.com had an epic sale, as they always do, and
yeah, I did actually make sure I have money next year for that. Yeah,
I have to do that as well. Not to mention, Steam has their annual end of the year holiday sale, which is.
Oh my God! Have you seen the prices in the Steam sale this year?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. I mean, I saw. What was? Oh God! They had a couple games on there. Like Saints Row 3 was under $10 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but I already have this game.
Look at all these games I already own.
Yeah, and I'm looking at a lot of them. I'm like, oh, I got that one on the last Killer sale. What the? God damn it! Put Mass Effect 3. Oh wait, you don't have Mass Effect 3 because Electronic Arts is Electronic Arts.
It's EA. EA fails.
EA's a bunch of douchebags, and they only put it on Origin, which blows.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of why I haven't played it yet. So.
I know, and I really want to play it too, and not just to make Shepard sleep with everybody in the crew. Although that certainly won't hurt.
All right, what were you going on this path again about holiday shopping?
Yes, so you got gift cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gift cards are my big thing because I'm tired of being fluffy Jason, and it's too goddamn cold. When it's like 35 degrees outside, and because there's no insulation in my room, therefore it's 35 degrees in my room, the will to go out and actually exercise is kind of low. So I asked for an exercise bike, and lo and behold, I actually got one. So
just don't, when it's cold, don't do that to warm up, because then you'll get frostbite or some shit, and then, we'll have Jason, welcome to someone with his basement. I'm Jason, and I froze my nuts off.
What was it last night? I got to bed like around 3 o'clock or something like that.
Right, I remember chatting with you.
And I turned off the light, and the TV's still on, and I'm noticing like, why am I seeing fog in the room? Oh no, that's my breath.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of cold in my room.
Wow.
But yeah, so that was my exercise bike. What did you get, Michael?
I got, well, aside from the thing I got from you, which was the DDR, which was really cool.
Have you played it yet?
Yes. Actually,
Why is there not video of this on the internet?
You don't know.
No, why is there not video of this on the internet?
I don't have Connect, and you're SOL.
You have a camera. all right.
No, see, I got that. Nikki got me 4 booster packs for HeroClix. Drink. And I also got. Do you have the link to that Jaina Solo figure handy?
I can find it. Keep
if
on
you can
talking.
find that link, Nikki, I found out Nikki ordered it for me. It hasn't come out yet, but she let me know that it's on. She pre-ordered it for me, so as soon as that comes out, I'll be getting it. And it's looking sweet. Let's see, what else did I get? I got, and I know I'm forgetting something because I know Nikki got me more stuff than the Hero. Oh, Halo 4. I got Halo 4. I've been playing that, and that's kind of cool. The graphics in that game are gorgeous. Oh my god, have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
And like actually live, not just the TV stuff.
Yes,
it's looking good. Oh man. And then I got. Let me see if I can stagger these right. Come on, you beach. Should have prepped this before show. 5. Count them 5. The Blu-ray box set for Resident Evil. All 5 movies.
That is a perfect popcorn flick.
You need to come up and we need to do a marathon. We'll marathon all 5 movies.
I'm all for that.
With popcorn and booze, and we'll just have a good time and laugh at Mila. And
sounds good to me.
At the same time, when assuming Nikki's not looking. And then let's see, what else did I get?
You say these things and yet Nikki's right behind you.
I know, it's deliberate. I don't think I got. What else? I got other stuff. I just don't remember. I mean, I already mentioned the 360. I got close things. It's drink every time I curse. Oh, Sega, you're evil.
Well, then let's change the subject then.
Sitting on the couch. Thanks.
Yeah, so we all had good holidays, and we had nice toys, and some were expecting, some were not, and it's.
And there was some good, useful stuff that came out of it too. Oh my God! I got to tell you this story. This is funny.
Okay.
So Nikki's best friend Jen.
Okay.
Brings over our Christmas presents, and we do our gift exchange and everything. We got her some cool stuff. But I'm opening the box, and it's addressed to Nikki and I. I open the box and I see a thing filled with a bunch of tissue paper, and I open it up and I find a roll of duct tape. I'm like, okay. A big thing of blue rope, and I'm like, wait a minute. A flint and steel, and I'm like, this is a kidnapping kit. Who am I supposed to be kidnapping? It was a preparedness kit because we've all been doing this whole big, earthquake preparedness thing.
Mm-hmm.
But a group of our friends were all thinking it at the same time, but we just never told each other. So we get this kit, and I'm opening up, and I just look at her. I'm like, "Is this? Am I supposed to be kidnapping somebody with this? What am I doing here?" So I'm finding the rope, and I'm waiting for like a zip tie, a thing of zip ties.
Doesn't handkerchief smell of chloroform to you?
But that was funny. So yeah. Anyway,
well,
I'm sorry.
Kind of speaking about Christmas, let's talk about some shows that occurred during the holiday season. Yes. Let's talk about the Doctor Who Christmas special. Can we do this without spoilers, or should we throw up the spoiler warning?
I'd throw up the spoiler warning.
All right. Spoiler zone. All right, we're good.
I have to admit, I like the way they started to write themselves out of the hole.
Okay.
With Clara.
Okay.
A.K.A. Oswin.
Mm-hmm.
A.K.A. Hipster Companion.
Regardless of what you want to call her, she's sexy as all hell.
She is, I will admit, she is very easy on the eyes. Beyond that, I'm not going to say anything because, as you mentioned, the mentioned person is behind me and she's armed. So, yeah.
However, I'm single, so therefore.
Wait a minute, what?
Today was hotter.
Amy was hotter.
Oh, we're gonna go between Amy and Osmond now. Oh, geez.
Okay, they're both hot, but I kind of have to agree with her. Amy was hotter, but I have a thing for redheads. So, you know, but redheaded Scots all the more. But anyway, oh God, you got that one. That was really good. It was well done. The twist at the end, well, it wasn't really a twist per se. I mean, there was kind of a twist there, but
What a twist.
what a twist. The whole thing with the psychic snow and how that worked out was kind of like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they took the easy way out on the ending. Not with Oswin, but with how they just wiped out the snow itself. Because it was, the one thing happens with the guy, it's still there, and they just conveniently wrapped it all up.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of had to, given the situation.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but you can see what I mean. They kind of took the cheater's way out on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was really cool.
Let me ask you about this. What do you think of the new TARDIS redesign?
What the fuck? It made more sense when I saw it than when you described it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you described it like, okay, there's the center column the things up on top. You described those as floating. Like I was expecting them to be CG, which they actually are. But I mean, I expected them to be like holographic projection type stuff.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't expecting actual props up there. It is a definite redesign. I want to know why it happened, because I'm just curious. But I do like the new design.
I think it's good design. Now, did you see the trailer for the second half of season 7 at the end?
All the various critters that show up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Notice there wasn't a Dalek among them.
Yeah. I mean, you saw the Cybermen, but you didn't see Dalek. Oh, well. I'm really curious about the Cybermen episode for this next season for the sole fact that's actually written and directed by Neil Gaiman.
Oh, is that going to be Gaiman's episode?
That's Gaiman's episode is the Cybermen.
This should be good. This should be. I just, you know what? I just hope that this doesn't turn into the many deaths of Oswin.
I don't believe it will. I mean, this is just me just guessing, but I do not believe that Oswin will die any more than the twice that she already has.
They like to knock off Rory at the drop of a hat, so it's not like it's undone.
Well, I think the only reason why they were able to do that so many times is because they had multiple simultaneous companions.
Yeah.
They never really killed off a companion while there was only just one.
Well, he was like Mickey and the Tin Dog. Okay, you can drop the spoiler thing.
All right.
But it was fun. It was. I really enjoyed it. They did a really good job. It wasn't as heartstringy as the one from last year.
True. Very true.
Last year's was a lot more heartfelt, and I felt more. I'll be honest. I started to tear up at the end of last year's.
Mm-hmm.
When that resolved itself, and so this one wasn't as emotional. It was cool. It was a fun ride. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was an awesome episode. But it didn't have that. Oh, everything's like you said when you were describing it to me originally. It's Christmas. The fact that it was Christmas was a tertiary concept at best.
Yes.
It just happens to be Christmas. It has nothing to really do with Christmas.
Right.
So that's kind of a departure for them.
I still think it's a good way to start off to kick off the new season, though.
Oh yeah.
Or the second half of the season.
And that seems to be where they've been introducing the new companions lately. Because Donna Noble was introduced that way.
Mm-hmm.
Amy was kind of introduced that way.
Kind of, yeah.
And then now Clara.
Well,
I don't know about.
I think we could just wrap it up by saying we enjoyed it, some more than others, but it should be a good start for a new season.
Oh yeah, it's great. I'm looking forward to the new episodes.
Well, let's talk about other. Doesn't even have to be TV shows. Stuff that was anything in 2012. What did you actually really enjoy? That was a surprise to you.
That was a surprise to me that I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Pet Girl of Sakura So. What was that other guilty pleasure one I liked? Not Nakaimo. Oh, So I Can't Play H. I actually got into that. I was actually like getting into that anime.
Watashi wa no echi baka.
Watashi wa echi neko desu, dozo yoroshiku. Let's see. That I enjoyed.
Can't think of any off the top of your head?
Not dealing with the derps and axe. Sorry.
Okay, fine. I'll drink to that.
Fuck it, that deserves a gulp.
Well, let me turn that around because D-Max actually a question in the chat. What anime genre do we like best, and what do we like less and avoid at all cost?
Yowie.
Okay, yeah.
Yowie at all costs. Not because I have anything against boy love or that I have anything against homosexuality. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not my thing. I mean, that anime style is not really my thing.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite anime styles, I have to admit, I like some harem anime. I like big robots. What I really like are dark, psychologically, intellectually stimulating anime.
Psychopaths.
Like, Psychopaths has surprised me. I expected that show to suck ass, and it doesn't. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that's got that kind of dark future aspect, because I've been a big dark future fan. But it has to have really good writing.
Okay.
It can't be fluffy, smarmy crap. But that being said, a well-written, smarmy story, that's my guilty pleasure. Case in point, Ayori Ayoshi, I loved.
Mm-hmm.
Kamikano is in her circumstances.
Okay.
I freaking love that anime. I have a soft spot for that. It's really weird. Let's see. Oh, I know another thing I avoid. Things like Rokubo.
Oh, really?
That whole super lolicon genre. No.
Plus, we all know your favorite anime of well, I think it was 2011 for this episode, for this series.
Oh, Dead Man Wonderland?
Yes, it's your favorite series of all time.
Great opener, I'll give it that.
For me,
So what?
go ahead.
No, what about you? Go.
Oh, for me, well, in regards to the yaoi, I don't have anything against it. I do watch that stuff on occasion. Granted, the last series of that genre that I watched all the way through was Gravitation, just because it was funny as all hell to me.
Gravitation's Yowie?
It can be at times.
Oh, I've never watched it. The closest thing to Yowie. Yes. Okay, Nikki's laughing at me. Yeah. Never watched Gravitation.
It was funny as all hell. Come on.
I watched Get Backers though. That's
I like
border
it. I
Yowie.
like, at times, yes, very much so. With me, when it comes to anime, I usually give almost anything out there a shot, and by a shot I mean at least 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah.
The latest one that I've kind of given up on after that time frame was actually, what was the one you actually suggested to me, Michael?
You're supposed to go back and watch,
and I promised I will go back and watch it.
Yeah, one of these years.
Move Love, Total Eclipse.
Move Love, Total Eclipse.
Move Love, yeah. So that one for me, it didn't really appeal to me. It just, yes, I know it's based on a visual novel, so I should expect a crap load of fan service, and
not that much actually.
From what I saw, I was just like, okay, I'm kind of done.
The story gets a lot better towards the end of season 1 and most of season 2. The story does improve significantly. The minute the rebellion hits, shit gets real. Drink.
You had to curse.
From there, the only thing they wrapped up season 2, and I have to admit I don't like the way they wrapped it up. It's just too. Oh, look! It's the end of the season. We better wrap this up. You know.
Let's see. Well, let me phrase this. Because I give everything a shot, there are some things that surprised me that I actually liked, like Idolmaster. The Idolmaster anime I really enjoyed.
Really?
It took me about 4 episodes to get into, but once it did, it was just like, and I'm hooked.
Okay.
The only series that I know out of there's two series out of recent memory that, from the first episode, grabbed me and I was hooked. One was K-On! And the other one was Psycho-Pass.
Well, okay, K-On's a couple years old, so we're kind of going for
we can't call that dead, yeah. So we'll say Psycho-Pass for 2012.
You know what I have to actually go for on that one? The Psycho-Pass, it's not hooked as I could be, but it definitely hooked me. The other one that grabbed me that I completely did not expect it to be, I expected it to just be like a knockoff and suck, was Jormungand.
Yes.
I was expecting it to be a cheap old...
You said it already. Might as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to take a station identification break so I can refill my drink. By the way, this is a big mug, guys.
Yeah, I have that mug. I have actually several of those mugs. I'm trying to figure out how I got several, but...
Anyway, I think I've got a couple too. But anyway, Jormungand I expected to be a cheap Black Lagoon ripoff.
Yeah,
That's because everybody was like, "Oh, it's like Black Lagoon." Only, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's better than Black Lagoon, although there are a couple areas where it is. But
kind of, yeah.
Hey, wait a minute! Since you're going out there, can you say this too about here?
While he's talking, to me, when it came to Jormungand, I was watching it, and
drinks right here.
I related to it as an anime adaptation, or very vague adaptation of a very awesome movie that I really enjoy called Lord of War. It's one of the only Nicolas Cage movies that I really enjoy.
I never saw that one. I heard that was actually pretty good.
About gun runners, it's based on actual events. It's
speaking of Nick Cage movies, brief side tangent.
Which is fine. It's still in the movie realm, so go for it. I
actually stumbled. Remember the whole gave us Showtime free thing?
Right.
I want to say about a week and a half ago, I stumbled on Drive Angry. Have you watched that?
Yes, I have. What scene are you talking about? The in the hotel
There's a bunch of the hotel scene. That's a straight rip off of Shoot 'Em Up.
Yes.
That's I'm looking at that going, okay, somebody saw Shoot 'Em Up. No, but the one that I liked a lot, some of the scenes are the thing towards the end when the accountant comes after him, and he actually starts
several times.
Right, but when you actually find out that he's called the accountant,
okay,
and he's like, "I'm not here to stop you. I'm going to enjoy the show, but you got X amount of time. You better get going." Mm-hmm. Thank you. Oh, you went low. Oh, you're just determined. Okay. So here it is. Here's the OJ. Okay, just to prove. Here's the Di Serrano.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Go back to what you're talking about. Are you on camera here? There we go.
Yeah. No, all I said was I compared Jormungand to Lord of War. Gun runners and whatnot, and it's a fantastic series. I really enjoy it. Season 2 was amazing. I'll just say that.
I haven't seen all of season 2. I've seen most of it. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed it. You've got too many blades. Win.
Wow. Okay. All right then.
It's one of my stainless ones. That's the only reason. I used it.
Do we want to keep on talking about
anime, or do you want to move on?
Should we move on? Well, it's already 5:30, so we can talk about movies.
Ooh, that one's a little stronger. Okay. Movies. Movies
in 2012 that you liked and movies that you hated.
See, I didn't see a lot of movies in theaters.
That's fine.
Movies that I wanted to see really, really bad, and I was so afraid they were going to screw it up, but they didn't, was Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. That
was an awesome flick.
Because I remember the original, and I remember the original book, and I remember the original one with Alec Guinness, the original series. Mm-hmm. And I'm like going, okay, if anybody's going to do it right, it's probably going to be Gary Oldman, but I'm kind of wary of this. Then I stumbled across it in Fry's drink. For like, they had it on sale for like $15 or something. Mm-hmm. So I brought it home and watched it, and I was not disappointed. It was a really good movie. It goes in there with my whole thing about liking psychological thrillers, because it is just one big who's doing what, who's going where, who's doing, who's screwing over whom, who's setting up this. Mm-hmm. And that kind of, I'm not a political intrigue person, but I'm like uh, I like it to keep me guessing where I'm trying to figure it out and if I get it or not. So that was a great movie. Um, Part of me was worried a little bit about Avengers just because of all the hype. I mean, I love Joss Whedon. I love Robert Downey Jr. as Stark.
Mm-hmm.
I had seen Thor. I'd seen Captain America, so I knew that those actors were competent. I just wasn't sure about the rest of it, and I was very pleasantly not disappointed. I was extremely happy with what came out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else this year. Go ahead. And,
Well, I agree with you with Avengers. Although, if you really wanted to get technical about, if you wanted to relate it to the comic book, there's a video online that's very popular right now about everything that's wrong about the Avengers movie in 3 minutes or less.
Well, yeah, okay, but let's be fair. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, if you want to be really, a stickler for comparison, you can go watch that. I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's
Joss Whedon being Joss Whedon in this series, or the movie, I should say, was the perfect choice.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I found out recently that, because we've all probably seen it already, because of a certain character that died, or looks like they died in the movie, we all thought, that's typical Joss Whedon. He's going to kill someone that we enjoy.
And bring him back.
In an interview I think it was in November, it was found out that it was actually someone from Marvel that made the decision that Coulson had to die. It wasn't Joss.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh,
so Joss is like, am I going to have to take the bullet for this? He's like, yeah, for the first few months, yes.
Wow.
A movie that really surprised me, that I really enjoyed, Looper.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Was, for lack of a better phrase, fucking amazing.
Oh, wait, you swore, not me. So it doesn't count.
I've been drinking when you swear, so.
Ooh, there's another one that surprised me too. Yeah. Nightstar mentions the Kenshin live action.
That was an incredible film. We were able to see that at the LA Iga Fest just only a couple weeks ago.
That was awesome. I was very impressed with that.
I mean, essentially the movie is a summary of the first season of the anime with some slight tweaks here and there.
Right.
But the actors they had to play the characters were spot on. They had all the mannerisms down. The fighting was epic, especially because we found out afterwards.
No CG.
Yeah, no CG. We found out with the Q&A with the director afterwards that he said to all the actors, you are not going to have a stunt double. You are doing all your own stunts.
Get training.
And they did. And it was well worth it.
Yes, they did. Another one that surprised me, although I was expecting it to be campy fun, but I didn't expect it to be as fun as it was Iron Sky. Nazis from the Moon.
Oh.
That was awesome.
It was cheese-tastic, therefore great.
Yes.
Although there was a film that came out in 2012 that I saw that I just could not get behind. Cloud Atlas. I
avoided that one because I was looking at it going, this just... Go ahead.
The cinematography was some of the best I saw in 2012. I will give it that.
Okay.
The music was amazing. I actually bought the soundtrack because it was that good. I give the Wachowskis props for trying to interweave these 6 stories together. The level of makeup and general artistry is second to none.
But the story
is, I mean, I give them props for trying to interweave these 6 stories together, but it didn't work for me.
Excuse me. Okay.
It did not work for me whatsoever. Now, as someone said in the chat, Skyfall. Now, Skyfall, I liked.
I liked it, but I mean, I had this conversation with someone else who happens to be my paternal unit, who's a big Bond fan, and we had the talk on the show briefly, and then I talked with him after when he came down to visit recently. We chatted for like half an hour about the merits of this versus Cubby Broccoli's versions and whatnot. And my dad being my dad, he's gonna pretty much stick by his guns that he still prefers. But surprisingly, what impressed me was his favorite Bond is still the one that he think best fits the books was not Dalton. It was Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan?
Which, if you think about it, works.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he had those psychotic moments. But Skyfall was really good. I'm kind of upset with what they did with it, but I understand why they did it, and I understand how they did it.
I love all the nods to the classic Bond films.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
starting right off, the car. That gorgeous,
the car
gorgeous car.
The car that gets blown to hell?
Well, thankfully the car itself wasn't blown up.
Oh, excuse me.
Aston Martin.
Did you totally miss the scene at Skyfall?
Let me rephrase that.
That car shot
in
to
actual
hell.
shooting of it, that actual Aston Martin DB5 was not shot. It was a replacement
the original
model.
DB5 is still safe. Okay.
Yeah, that DB5 is just sex on wheels.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
I like that. Like I said, all the different nods to the classic Bonds. I love the fact that it wasn't overly inundated with brand new technology. Although I gotta say, the hacking side, the whole thing about it hacked into our systems and whatnot, I was laughing my ass off so loud in the theater. People were giving me looks. I'm like, wow, this is such bullshit. Do we want to spoil the ending on that? Let's not.
And I'll throw up the spoiler zone.
Are we gonna
If you haven't seen Skyfall, don't listen to this part. Throw it up. Okay.
Why did they have to kill Judi Dench? What the fuck?
My guess, honestly, is she wanted out of her contract. It's my guess. I'm willing to bet that's it, because she's done, 6 of these now?
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, she's still doing other stuff as well.
She's outlived the Bonds. The actors who play the Bonds.
Yeah. But I think, the whole thing, somebody in the chat room talks about, a Bond without M. Remember, she's not the original M.
No.
The original M, Barnard, oh God, what was his last name? I want to say Shaw. He died.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't bring him back. So that's when they brought in Dench. And Dench was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was an incredible M. I loved her. I was really sad to see her go.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she was freaking awesome. I'm a little wary about Ralph Fiennes, the new M, but it kind of makes sense that the position would roll over.
Yeah.
And this time we've also proven he's also kind of established him. They've established him as a character that has done field work, can handle a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they ever didn't. Not that we ever really thought Judi Dench couldn't, but we never saw her do anything.
Right.
She was an accountant originally, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's. I want to see where they go with it. I'm glad they're back in the underground.
Okay. We done with the spoiler?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, it's still a good movie though.
Oh yeah, great movie. Definitely worth seeing.
Well, considering we have about 15, 20 minutes left, let's open it up to just things that you were not expecting that you actually enjoyed.
We're not going to talk about any bitchy stuff? Okay.
No. We'll get to that. I'm just giving this one final thing for you, and then
things that I was not expecting but actually enjoyed. Well, I already mentioned the big one, the biggest one.
Because I can mention something right now. Well, it's kind of 2011, but it was late 2011, so I'm going to sneak it in.
Go ahead.
Because I was at the time living with friends in an apartment in Orange, and some awesome guys. I hope I can live with them again.
You're not going to talk about the pony party, are you?
What, you mean this? Ponies. Yes.
No, what are you talking about?
No,
I
I just lost audio. There it goes.
Is it ponies?
Ponies. My Little Pony, yes. D-Max, my eyes, yes.
Is it seriously My Little Pony is your answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was one that I never thought I would actually enjoy. And I was hanging with friends. They all came over one night and were like, let's watch ponies. I'm like, I'm drunk. Okay, why not? I'll go ahead and sit here and watch it, and we marathon like the first season. Come on, you saw me start buying stuff for it the last time I was up there at your pad.
Oh yeah. I don't hate ponies, obviously. I like ponies, but I'm not as hardcore into it as y'all are. But again, okay, Michael's going to be hipster. Drink.
In my day.
Back in my day. No, I mean, I come from furry fandom, so
Exactly. This is tame compared to what you're used
the
to.
equine side.
Yeah.
I see the stuff on I see this. People are saying, "Oh, you should go check this out," and they try and send me these links on Clop Clop to try and shock me, and I'm like going, "Really? Give me just a minute for affinity.net." Oh God, what is that one guy's name? Phil something or other. I pull up this one pic that I know is like the spoogiest pic anybody has ever shown me. That I just look at it, and I personally don't think it has any artistic merit.
Mm-hmm.
Though if you were to remove all the spooge from it, it's actually very, very well drawn. But it's just like drip, and it's just, oh my God, disgusting. And I send them that, and I'm like, oh, does it beat this? And one person came back with, I need a cheese grater for my brain. So things that cannot be unseen. I'm very hard to squick. But I like the pony character designs. I really do. And I enjoy some of the fun pony stuff I've seen. But I don't go out of my way to watch it.
And that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine. I have no problem with it. I mean, I know that Sean, head of JX, is a hardcore pony man. Hardcore brony.
Yes, we bond on ponies online, so.
He's the one who introduced me to the term brony. So I was just like, okay, whatever works, it's fine. More power to you. Although the Deadpool and Pinkie Pie pick is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Very true. QB Ann Jackson asked in the chat, is it like a Magical Girl show except without ponies?
Is what like a Magical Girl show?
My Little Pony.
Oh, is it a Magical Girl except with ponies?
The way I would describe it is the reason why I enjoy it. Is that, one, there are bits and parts of it that remind me of Animaniacs. Because the story is designed on two levels. You have kids, and then you have, there's higher up stuff that goes over the kids' heads.
Get ready to drink. I think you're wrong, and here's why.
Okay.
You got to drink, because I said the phrase. Comparing My Little Pony to Animaniacs is like comparing a Bugatti Veyron to a battery-operated go-kart. They both have four wheels, but that's where, and they both are car-shaped, but that's where the comparison ends. So using the it's written on two levels thing as the argument for comparing it to Animaniacs, drink again, you're fucking high. Animaniacs was deliberately written to push the envelope.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it was.
Drive you crazy.
Go for it. I'll shut up.
And was designed to make you go, fuck. Drink again. My Little Pony, well written on two levels, I'll grant you that. The levels aren't that far apart, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
But it is well drawn. There's a lot of in jokes and stuff. But I think comparing it to Animaniacs is the wrong comparison.
What would you compare it to then?
Any other... I mean, if you were to conceptually... Any other group of friends show, whether it be Winx Club, Jen and the Holograms, any sort of thing where it's a bunch of friends, one of whom or more than one of whom have special powers, but it's mostly about their relationship. It's not about so much about the monster of the week, although there is some of that in there.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I am not going to say that Ponies is as lame as Gem and the Holograms or Winx Club. It's I think Ponies are far superior to that. I think that they're much better written.
Mm-hmm.
But oh god,
Two
Animaniac, really? Really?
That's the only other popular show I can think of to think about at the time. Plus, also, I've been drinking.
Only if, I will buy that excuse only if you've been drinking since noon. And it's 5:51 right now.
Yes, I've been drinking.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Second fan. Yeah, it's like Care Bears, which kind of is. And yes, when I was young, I watched Care Bears when I was young too. So
that one I would buy. But Care Bears wasn't written on multiple levels. Care Bears was focused chiefly at kids. But I think the Care Bears comparison is more accurate.
All right. Well, okay. Well, that was mine. What is yours? So I can rip it apart, like.
Oh, you want to rip something apart? Let's see. Well, you've already tried to rip apart Move Love, but you don't have really much of a comparison.
I can't really say anything about Move because I've only seen the first 6 episodes. So.
Really gets good around season 2.
I told you I would watch it, and I will.
Let's see. Actually, it's not a cartoon. It's not a cartoon. It's not a TV show. Something I fully did not expect to get into or enjoy, but when I actually sat down and tried it, was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Get ready to drink. HeroClix. I never expected to get into that. I never did. I sat down. I thought the figures were kind of cool, but Nikki and I sat down, played one game together at the shop, and we had somebody guide us through it. And then I went back and played with a group, and I was just like, oh my god, this is awesome. This is a hell of a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I mean, I looked at it before and I thought, oh great, it's little figures. Most of them aren't that well done. They're getting really better on the sculpts. I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did.
And I will say likewise, for the sole fact you got me interested in it. So
enabling goes both ways.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And of course, while we're talking, I realized I got an email stating that congratulations, your subscription to SWTOR has just renewed. I'm like, I don't have the money for that. How did that just go through?
Did you go monthly or 6 month?
Huh?
Oh, you went monthly, didn't you?
I went monthly, yeah.
Yeah.
From one who doesn't have a job and has to live on unemployment, I can only go the basic month to month.
Dude, my paycheck hit, and I had to pay rent and stuff, and you don't want to know how much little money I've got left.
All right. Well,
but yeah, no, I would have to say that's the big surprise for me.
Okay.
I mean, you've known me long enough to know that when I really get into something, I go in whole hog.
Yes. Yes, you do. How much money have you spent on this already?
It's not just this, though. You've seen me do it with a couple other things.
Well, true.
But it usually has to be something I genuinely enjoy before I go this deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when I started doing 3D, or when I started focusing on when Poser actually got good enough to use, because Poser used to suck ass. Drink, god damn it, drink again.
Ugh.
Poser used to be horrible. Then about version 7, it got good.
Okay.
And that's when I got into it. And you don't want to know. Oh my god. Well, let me put it to you this way. I have in legitimate, mostly purchased, I'd say 95% purchased, Poser content. I have, you know what, why don't I go check? It's over 120 gigs, but let me get the exact number for you here. And these are zipped. These are just the install files for the content. Hang on. I have to wait for my hard drive to boot up.
Let's just say it's a lot.
It's a grip ton.
Okay.
It's I think it's not quite into the terabytes, but it's up there. Let's see, legit MGU properties. It's rolling. What? I've got 51.9 gigabytes just in content.
Jeez.
Just in content. That's figures, props, scenes, sets. It's yeah. I really need to. I need to get back and do more of that. Anyway, but
Yeah.
that was the last. That was the last thing I really threw myself this whole hog into.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's my big surprise for the year.
Okay. Well, as we're going to probably wrap this up in the next 10 minutes, let's get on to the fun stuff. What is the stuff in 2012 that you absolutely hated? Could not get behind, loathe, anything?
Windows 8.
Yeah, I can see that.
What the fuck were you thinking, Microsoft? Yeah, I know, drink.
I'm going to finish this off in a minute. And I have no booze left after this, so I have to make it last.
I mean, I know that at some point I'm going to have to get it and put it on one of my machines because I have to be able to support it.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my God, this thing blows. This thing blows dead penguins. On a tablet OS, it's pretty awesome. Okay.
Okay.
For a tablet, on a desktop, everybody's telling me like, oh, you can put the tiles to the side and you can get to a regular desktop. No, you can't because there's no freaking start menu.
Nope.
There's compatibility issues left, right, and center. They pulled a play out of Apple's handbook in that, Microsoft to date has always had, to an extent, backwards compatibility, whether it be through emulation mode or whatnot. There's a little bit of it in 8,
mm-hmm.
but it's not nearly as good as it was in 7. Windows 7's compatibility modes were impressive and awesome. And, I mean, there's stuff that I haven't been able to run since 98, and I got it to fire up under 7 and play.
Okay.
On Windows 8? Hell no. You know what's funny? I just learned about this the other day, although it happened back in November.
Mm-hmm.
The head of the Windows team, the one that everybody hates, gone. He left.
Really?
Yes. Second in Steve, not Ballmer. What is his name? Steve something or other. He's gone. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be much of a change in the guard, though, as far as, you're not going to get the Windows bar to come back or the start bar to come back. You're not going to get a revert to Windows 7 because I think they've pretty much dedicated themselves to that path going forward.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, he's gone. A lot of people are breathing major sighs of relief that this a-hole is gone.
Interesting.
So that's my biggest one, is Windows 8. You want my second biggest one?
What is your biggest one?
Apple Maps.
So bad it launched many a Tumblr.
So funny, though. Oh my God, some of the stuff it's done. He was, from what I understand, he was asked to resign. I don't know if that's a fact or not. But as I understand it, he was asked to resign.
Okay, well, all right, I can see that. As for me, what did I hate in 2012? Absolutely hate. I mean, I can have an easy cop out and say the economy, but because I haven't had a job in literally all of 2012.
Yeah, but you're right. That's a cop out.
That is a cop out.
That's taking the easy way out.
What could I hate?
Come on, you had to have something really as vehemently hated as I had.
The thing is, though, my first thoughts didn't go to anime. So my thoughts are, okay, what anime did I hate? But the problem is with that is, like I said before, I give every anime a freaking chance. So yeah. I can't think that. You already took Windows 8, so I can't use that.
Why not?
Okay,
Who says we can't agree on something?
All right. We're going to agree on something? That deserves a drink.
My God. The show's over. We're agreeing.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Windows 8 is such a massive, horrible fail that I will take Windows Millennium Edition over Windows 8.
Wow, you're going to take Windows 2000's retarded younger brother over 8?
Yes. And the reason I say that specifically is because my first laptop ever was an Dell Inspiron 7000, and it had Windows Me installed, pre-installed on it. And I made that work, even though I hated it. Windows 8, I cannot make work for the freaking life of me.
Do you have a legit copy?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I don't know. See, I'm tempted to pick up a Surface, but picking up a Surface is kind of counter to the point because none of the software I support runs on a Surface yet. Because that's Windows 8 RT, which is specifically for tablets and not a complete version of Windows. So I need to get like set up one of my spare PCs, get a copy of Win 8, and throw it on that, and just use it to learn the OS.
Mm-hmm.
And then as quick as possible, wipe it and put something real on it. Like, I don't know, Hackintosh.
I was going to say that if you really wanted to get a Surface tablet, wait until I would say March or April. Because here's an example. Twitter released a notice about over the holidays of people who talked about anything Apple related, anything Microsoft related, like Surface.
Uh-huh.
Out of the thousands and thousands and thousands of people who actually talked about, I got my first tweet from my iPad or from my MacBook Pro or something like that. Right. Only 38 tweets were actually recorded stating that they were coming from Microsoft Surface.
Seriously?
38. That's all of Twitter.
Wow. Hey, Conway, welcome to the party.
Hey, Carl's joined us. Drink.
Only Carl gets on a tangent. Drink. I don't know. I mean, the next tablet I want to get, honestly, I'm still happy with my iPad 2. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind getting an iPad 5. Is it 5 they're up to now, or 4?
No, 4.
4. I wouldn't mind getting an i4.
How blotto are you?
I'm not, really. Well, okay, a little bit.
As Nikki is laughing her ass off in the background.
I wouldn't mind getting an iPad 4 for the Retina display, but I'm actually still really happy with my iPad 2.
Yeah, I have an iPad 2 as well. It's the only good thing that came out of AEX for me, so you know.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after hours as to how you ended up with that. But the next one I want to get is an Android tablet because I've seen some really cool stuff on the Android tablet. And get ready to drink again. The only good HeroClix app I've ever found is Android only.
All right, I can, yeah.
You've got it on your phone.
Yes, I do.
It's a good app.
If anything, if I need to get a tablet, I would probably get... Yeah, it'd be nice to have an iPad 4, but if I had to go Android, I would easily go Nexus 7.
Yeah, I was looking at the Nexus 7.
My brother has them. They're actually kind of nice.
Nobody, for the longest time, except Nikki and one other person, nobody got the freaking joke when they announced the Nexus 7. Mm-hmm. I asked if they had fixed the whole 5-year lifespan problem with Nexus 6. Nobody got it. I was just like, really?
Wow.
Nobody? People I know who worship that movie don't know it?
Oh, well.
Me being a hipster, by the way. You get to drink.
Jeez. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Not with just what we're watching. We're going to talk about that next week. But I want to talk about something that's happening in the Ventura area that if you guys are in the area, you need to check this out.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
So, there is an awesome store called Hypno Comics. You guys need to check this place out. The owner, George, is awesome. Go talk to him and say that Michael Jason sent you, and he'll probably just shake your hand. He probably won't give you a discount, but he'll just shake your hand anyways.
Where do you see Sony in the background, Carl? We don't have any Sony phones. Oh, the headphones. Sorry. Never mind. Go ahead.
He's actually hosting an event Saturday, January 12th at 2 p.m. Willis Portico, the Image co-founder and an artist of some of the best comics I've actually come across. Uncanny X-Men, Batman Confidential, Incredible Hulk, all the great stuff.
That works.
Yes. You also have Glenn Brunswick is a pretty epic writer. I've only read his work on The Killing Girl, so I'm still going to enjoy it for that. They're going to be there to, sign autographs and just go talk to and shake their hand and say, you guys are awesome. Thanks for coming. If you guys in the area, go to Hypno Comics. It's Ventura. Michael, what is the Facebook page for
Facebook.com/hypnocomics, if I remember correctly. Let me verify that. Yes, Facebook.com/H Hypno, C Comics.
Yeah, so you guys definitely want to check that out. The other thing I want to talk about is New Year's Eve. If you guys are going to be just at home and you don't really have much stuff to do, you want to pop on to channel 18.2. That's UTB 18.2. It is a digital over-the-air signal. Not many cable companies actually pick this up, sadly. They have announced about a month ago that on New Year's Eve, starting at 7 p.m. Pacific, they're going to stream the entire Kohaku Utagassen, basically the NHK's Red and White Music Festival. If you are a fan of J-pop, J-rock, just J-music in general, you want to check this out. This is an annual event that usually lasts 4 or 5 hours.
And is awesome every freaking year.
I can't even say best of the best, but the most popular artists in Japan all get together and actually perform some of their best stuff on this one stage. It is a massive undertaking, and like I said, this is the 63rd year they've done this. And usually I've had to actually go online and try to find copies to download. Thankfully, UTB is actually going to stream it on New Year's Eve. If you can't make it New Year's Eve, you're going to be out with friends, they're going to rebroadcast it on New Year's Day at 1 p.m. Pacific. So you guys have 2 chances to go check it out.
Mm-hmm. And it's for no other reason than to watch all the girls, all the idols in their skimpy little outfits and freezing weather singing. Mm-hmm. But what's cool are some of the acts. I mean, Momoro Clover Z is going to be there.
Yes.
AKB is going to be there. SKB is going to be there.
SKE is going to be first. That's the first time they've ever shown up.
Yeah. It's first. It's like I don't want to say it's their public debut, but it's something close to that. Now, if they could find a way to throw some Miku in there, that would be epic.
That would be epic.
But yeah, no, that's going to be cool.
Last thing I want to say, just because we're going to say it in passing, speaking of little girls, Comic-Con is going on this past weekend in Japan, or this weekend, I should say.
Yeah.
I know a few people who actually are there, and they started taking pictures of a certain bag that's being used there.
Uh-huh. This is simultaneously cool and incredibly creepy at the same time.
Yes, that is a picture of a little girl looking like they're holding the hand of whoever's holding the bag. It is like I said, it's incredibly cool. A little bit creepy.
Lolly, 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 get your porno here.
I know many a person who would actually want to own this bag. But
honestly, it's a genius marketing concept.
It is a genius marketing concept. We're talking about it in another country.
They're playing to their audience there. Totally playing to the audience. And it is a brilliant concept. It's pretty cool conceptually, while simultaneously being creepy as fuck. Drink. I need to build a third drink.
Well, it's the end of the show, so.
Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, that's actually really cool in that sense, from a marketing standpoint. In the oh my god, it's so wrong sense. I'm sorry, but yeah.
I'm just waiting for that bag to make its way to the American Convention Circuit.
Oh, I guarantee you somebody will bring it.
Yeah. All right, before we wrap this up, anything to add, Michael? Anything you want to plug? Or
next year you guys need to write up the rules in advance.
Next year I'll have more booze available.
I do have something to plug, though there's not a 100% chance I'm going to be able to make it, but I'm going to try.
Okay. Next
week is our first panel at ALA.
Anime Los Angeles, the From My Mother's Basement live panel. It is very late at night, as in late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, 12:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. in LP4.
It's going to be pretty free form. We're just going to talk about, what made us decide to do the show, doing the show, some of the fun stuff that happens. And we're talking about doing a versus contest. Jason's picked a very difficult to beat team, but
I'm saving that one for AX because I know I'm saving that one for AX.
ALA?
Huh?
Can I break it out for ALA? Because I will mop the floor with it.
We'll talk about it after post show.
Okay, talk about it after post. So we may do a versus contest, but we're gonna have to figure it out ahead of time because I need time to write up appropriate arguments. And generally, we'd love to see you guys out there. If any of you guys are going to ALA, you're going to be there Saturday night at that time frame. Please, we'd love to see you. I would love to put faces to names. I mean, there's a couple of you that are ACT staffers that I know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Samu, I've met you before. There are others that I haven't met. So I'd love to meet y'all.
Yeah, come on down. It'll be a lot of fun. It's only like I think a half hour or so after Masquerade ends, so it's either us or I think Richard Horowitz, not Horowitz, but Richard Epcar's doing a panel at that same time. So
we have to go against Epcar?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's gonna be tough, dude. Epcar's pretty entertaining.
There's only 3 things going on at that time of night, so
yeah, Epcar's pretty fucking entertaining.
Yes, he is. So
I drank out, so
just bring booze, you will win. It is.
I don't think I'm not tempted.
It is.
But I have to drive
it is 18 and up. So.
So yeah, we'd love to see y'all there.
Yep, it'll be a lot of fun. We will record it, and we'll probably show it in lieu of next week's episode. So depends on how good or bad it is. So all right, guys, thank you very much for joining us for this episode. It was a ton of fun. Hope you guys had a great 2012. We'll see you guys next year.
Next year in 2013.
Yes. All right, everybody, take it easy.
Bye.